gather them all together, all these characters, put them in like a box, pull them out, and discuss who's winning the fight. Yeah, Drunkards and Sons
Versus segment. Holy shit.
Die Hard.
Bruce Willis. Because I'm picking Mel Gibson from fucking Lethal Weapon.
Ah, man, the Drunkards and Sons versus
Hagar, the Horrible.
I'm gonna do John Carter from...
Oh, fuck him.
You like pull him out. Leatherface versus like Wolverine or some shit like that.
In this versus, we're doing it, splicing it up different ways. You ready?
I'm ready as I'll ever be.
What up, y'all? This is Drunkards Son versus.
Hell yeah.
Guess what? We're back another week. Maybe. Anyways, we're doing it. So here we go. So this week, I thought about fantasy, Joe.
Oh, shit. Fantasy.
Let's do some fantasy versus.
Alright.
So you know what my first pick is?
Fantasy. So we're talking like D&D type shit, like Lord of the Rings,
all that shit.
All right, man.
My first one, Smog.
Smog.
The Desolation of Smog.
No.
From The Hobbit. The big ass dragon.
See. Oh man.
Who you gonna fight me now? Biatch.
You know when we were doing fantasy and you were talking it up and shit, I had one in my head.
You had no dragons though.
No, I didn't have a dragon in my head, but I had Aragorn from Lord of the Rings.
Guess what? Aragorn versus Smog.
Oh shit. It's hard to fight a dragon though.
Now, see, if I was in your defense, dude, there's so much you could say against Smog. Because Smog is badass.
I've never seen The Hobbit.
You never seen The Hobbit?
I haven't seen that trilogy.
There's 3 of them.
I know. I hadn't seen it.
What?
No, I know.
Okay, so Smog, so big ass dragon.
I don't even know the dragon. I know the book.
He's
it's
like,
it's The Hobbit.
So honestly, in this pick, I honestly do think I'm about to root against myself because I think Joe's Aragorn would beat Smog. And the reason I say this is because Smog got beat
by a hobbit.
But no, he can get by a hobbit, by a human who was like, he was like shooting catapults at him and shit. And he was a good sharpshooter. He's like, pow! And Aragorn is a very good shooter. And I think we saw that in a couple of the Hobbit, the Lord of the Rings movies, right?
Yeah, he can shoot pretty good. He's not no Legolas.
No, but I think he could do it.
Oh yeah,
and
he's pretty badass.
And on top of that, Aragorn like fought like 1,000 fucking orcs and shit like that.
Fuck ton. Yeah.
So in the end, see, I was hoping Joe would pick somebody like Tom Cruise from fucking Legend, and I was like, Smog, bitch.
You're a good pick.
But even then, I think Tom Cruise might be Smog because in the end, Joe is so right. It was hobbits. And a human who beat Smog. This big ass dragon got beat by fucking dudes this tall. And a guy who shot an arrow out of a cannon. So you know what?
But you have so much more with Aragorn.
I know. And Aragorn, I do think is a better of the fantasy fighters.
He's badass. He was like my favorite.
He is badass. So in this one, you know what? I've done this many times. I'm going to do it again. I think Aragorn wins.
All right. I'll take it.
All right.
We're doing fantasy. It's my pick then.
So fantasy number 2.
Fantasy.
Round 1 was Joe by
yeah.
Aragorn. That prick.
That was the first one I came up with in my head. Fantasy though. Shit.
We're on a fantasy.
There isn't
ride.
many. There isn't many out there though.
What are you talking about? There's all kinds of them, dude. I knew who I'm picking.
Oh man, you know who you're picking. Fuck. Fantasy. All right. I got one.
Who?
I was gonna pick. He dies. Eddard Stark. I love him.
Oh, Eddard Stark is good. But I think he is no match for the devil from Legend.
Ah, you went Legend
Timothy
again.
Curry. He's like...
That's some badass.
I think he would beat up Eddard Stark.
Well, it's Satan. It's the devil.
It's Satan.
How?
And Eddard Stark, it was like, hello, sir.
He's very noble.
He's very noble. He's like, "You know who I am, son." And he's like, "Hello, sir. You're the devil."
I don't think he's that much of a cornball.
You think he would?
He's pretty badass.
He's pretty badass.
He's a badass.
Eddard
guy.
Stark is fucking.
Jon Snow's dad.
Yeah. What's his face?
The guy that always dies.
Dude from. Yeah.
Sean Bean or
Sean
something.
Bean. That's it. Yeah. He got his head chopped off.
Yeah, he did.
Well, he died in Lord of the Rings, and because he was trying to take it from Lord of the Rings.
But anyways, he's good. Well, he's formidable, but
I don't know. Maybe he would win against fucking the devil, because he's
Tom Cruise. A child beats the devil.
Yeah, but in all defense with Eddard Stark, he fought temptation, and temptation is the devil's fucking tools. He's the devil's tools.
That's
and
right.
He's fought
Good
many
point.
temptation.
Man,
he fought temptation
shoot
on
yourself in the foot
keeping Jon Snow. I know, I'm fighting my own people. Joe should name me the MVP.
I should.
But I do think Eddard Stark might win this match. God damn it! And I was like,
I think it's the only thing I've ever won.
No, you've won a few. And I was like, the devil is gonna win.
But
it's two. He's got to win one more. If he's get the third.
I thought.
Yeah, but if
you can't win, Tom.
I can't win. He beat me, and there's so many people. You know what I was gonna do? I was hoping that Joe was gonna pick another dragon, because I was gonna pick Christian Bale from Reign of Fire. Yes. I was like, he's the Dragon Slayer, bitch. But alas, he brought Eddard Stark, and this was another episode of Versus, I guess. Where Tom versed himself out of winning.
Exactly. I did nothing.
So make sure you check us out on YouTube, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, and did I say it again? But I'll say it again. YouTube. The home of the Drunkards Sun, the podcast about anything and everything under the sun. And this was another Versus fantasy style. Poof!
Gather them all together, all these characters, put them in like a box, pull them out, and discuss who would win the fight. Okay, Drunkards Sun's Versus.
Versus segment. Holy shit.
Die Hard.
Bruce Willis. Because I'm picking Mel Gibson from fucking Lethal Weapon.
Ah, man, the Drunkards Sun's Versus.
Hagar, the Horrible.
I'm gonna do John Carter from...
Oh, fuck him.
You like pull him out. Leatherface versus like Wolverine or some shit like that.
In this Versus, we're doing it, splicing it up different ways.